Hey guys, welcome to Workout of the Day. It's Chris again. Week 7, day 6, going through some small rounds of exercises working on specific areas and types of your body area, so upper body, lower body, mid-core. First lot we're doing is a round of jump squats, walking lunges, donkey kicks and glute bridges. So 10 jump squats. Jump squats are pretty simple, but there's a couple of little things to be aware of. One, obviously looking at your depth when you go down. So if you haven't actually done any squatting and you haven't been down, one thing I would say to do is spend a little bit of time sitting down in your squat and let your body know that this position's okay for you to get down into. We tend to be pretty stuck in that seated position a lot. So getting down here and opening up your spine and your tailbone and that, getting them ready for that jump is a really good way to go. So basically your jump squat, shoulder width apart, elbows, your knees going outward in an outward extension, and you're going to just tuck yourself down, straight jump, nice and smooth, pretty simple. Walking lunges. So one thing that with walking lunges, what we see a lot of is when people take a step, they cut across themselves. So it's almost like they're walking the tightrope of the line of their balance. So what you really want to do is make sure that you've got a good sort of track distance, shoulder width apart, and you want to stay in that range. So I don't want to be cutting and swinging the leg across my line, and that's where I find I lose my balance because I'm really narrowing my balance range. So nice and straight when I walk. Essentially what I want to be doing is making sure that when I put my foot down, my knee doesn't swing inward. I don't want that vagus fault to happen. I want to make sure that I've got external rotation at the knee. So when I squat, when I lunge, my knee's staying outward. It's not collapsing inwards. So each one, my knee should be slightly going off center because I've got torque pushing the knee across. So walking lunge is pretty simple, went from behind, simple. Great. So 10 of those. Donkey kicks, really good one for the butt, working out your glutes. Again, point your leg out straight to start, then bend the knee up, and then kick the butt up. So it's a pretty simple one. Or if you want a bit more, you can drive the whole knee in, all the way in, all the way out. So that's 10 aside for those. Glute bridges, another great one for butts. Feet underneath you, underneath your knees. You can have your hands down by the sides, cores on tight, squeeze your butt, lift up and make yourself nice and parallel with your knees. You want it to be harder, take your hands away. So you've got no support here helping push up. Should be all driven from your glutes. So that's your first set of round. Squat jump for 10, walking lunge for 10, donkey kicks for 10, glute bridge for 10. Now we're going to upper body. So a tricky one to start with, a tactical pop-up. Now, it's something that a lot of people can't do, but I've just thrown it in there just for those that are a bit more advanced. If you can't do it, don't worry, it's a tricky exercise. Stick to doing a push-up on your toes or on your knees. Normal push-ups, as we show them, external rotation, down to the floor, good push. That's all you have to do. Tactical pop-ups will be different though, because we're generating press and push. So what we're going to do is we're going to be squatted, but we're actually going to target the floor with our hands and we're going to crimp our body to the floor to create a spring motion. So I'll show you what I mean. So we're going to go down, we're going to crimp to the floor and then pop onto our feet. Not as easy it looks and really gets the heart rate going because there's a lot going on there, a lot of quad as well. Diamond push-ups, so really targeting our triceps. The other thing we want to concentrate is that we don't break at the elbow. So I make a diamond, as it says, with my fingers, and I create that rotation where I'm keeping my elbow pits as far forward as I can. I can go on my toes or I can go on my knees, whichever one you prefer. Nice and close push, really hits the tris, and I'm trying not to let that elbow break around. I want to keep it in tight. That's your dip, your diamond push-up. Tricep dip's a real simple one, whether you got a chair, the corner of a bench, cinder block, whatever it is you're doing it off. Hands on the sides, and again, external rotation. So I'm using my grip to keep my shoulder locked. I don't want break. I come away from the bench, push and drive. Straight forward. Tricep dip. So that's your 3 for the next set. And now we're going into your midsection. So plank rotation, flutter kicks, and the deadly Turkish Get-up, which is a good one to go through. If you've never done Turkish Get-ups, they're an excellent exercise for your whole body, not just your core. Plank rotation. So as it sounds, we're doing a plank, but to the side. So for people who struggle just to do the hold, this is great. You can just do this as your lower level basic, or even the front one as your basic, but with the rotation in, adds a little bit of dynamics. We're up tall, we drop, we roll, back into plank. We hold, we roll, back into plank. We roll, we hold, back into plank. Nice and strong. Side to side, really easy. Flutter kicks, as they sound, really it's about your range with a flutter kick. You don't want to be overextending. The idea is that we're keeping you in a really short pattern. So we're going to go down now. You can go hands off the ground to support yourself, under your tailbone if you're more comfortable that way. Short little kicks, almost like you're just trying to splash water. Don't want to go overextending, just really small, short little kicks. Simple one. Last one, which is the Turkish Get-up. So, if you've never done Turkish Get-up, it's usually performed with a weight in your hand. So, if you do have your water bottle with you, this is a good chance to use that. And I want you to hold the water bottle in one hand. So, it's going to be that you're using whichever hand has the water bottle in it. It's going to be the side that you have your knee up on that same side, because you're going to be pushing to use this leg to get leverage onto your side. So arms out to the side, and the motion of a Turkish Get-up is a few parts. So the first one is I'm going to push, bring my hip off the ground, and I'm going to drive to my elbow. So the idea is that I keep my eye on the water bottle in my hand, or even just my hand clenched, and I don't want this deviating. I want to keep it upright and straight. Up to my hand, and then I'm going to push my hip up, and I'm going to clear it by bringing my knee underneath and squaring up my knee before I stand. Now, get this secure because you're coming out of a deep lunge. Push tall, hand stays where it is. Then we go all the way back down. All the way down, keep your eyes on the prize. Hand goes out, I kick and leave the leg out. I go to my elbow, and then to my back. And that's one full pattern. The other side, let's see it. So, same hand, same side as what I'm holding. Arm out to the side, and I'm going to push with my hip to drive me onto my elbow. I'm going to push off with my hand and get my hand clean behind me. I'm then going to push up with my hip and bring my knee underneath, and I'm going to sit tall and then square myself up before I go to stand. And then we do it in reverse. Again, down, hand out, leg through, elbow, and back. And that's your Turkish Get-up. Hope you enjoy these, a bit of variety, a bit of change. Get out there and do them. Cheers.